How is everybody? Delighted to be able to see everybody here today. So, today we have a super exciting topic. Well, it might be a little bit dramatic saying it's exciting, but it's a necessary one. And it's on how the keys to making sure that your business is recession proof. So, I'm really looking forward to getting into this because it's one that I don't see a lot of people talking about, and it blows my mind. If you're a business coach, you've got to be talking about this stuff because you never know when it's going to happen, right? So, for those of you that are new to the group, because I know we have a good few new people, hello, you're very welcome. I'm Joanna Halloran. I'm a business success coach for female entrepreneurs in the service platform. So, like coaches, consultants, holistic therapists who want to build momentum in their business and achieve exponential results. I'm all about the long term game, not about the short term fixes, because to be in business and have a successful, sustainable business, you've got to be in it for the long term. Just focusing on the here and now and not being focused beyond that leads to, okay, you might end up with cash flow injections, which is great, but then what do you do in the long term? Where do you go then? What do you create? And most people think that getting their business off the ground is the hardest part. And in some cases it is, because a lot of it is around managing your mind and just picking a strategy and going with it. But then what do you do when you have your business up and running? Like, where do you go then? So you need to know what your long-term game plan is. So that is what I'm all about, is about building your momentum, having your long-term game plan, and setting yourself up with a rinse and repeat system that works. How do I know it works? Because it's what I used to build my business. So let's get into today's topic, because these trainings are always quick in give you the information and then you get to go and apply it. I'm not about putting the fluff on stuff. It is not my MO. Anyone that knows me knows I'm super direct. So yeah, that's not my MO. So we're going to get into the thick of it today and go, okay, what does it mean to have a recession proof business? And I want to start off by saying, for anybody that's like, oh shit, I'm not even making any money now, that's okay, right? That's okay. You still get to apply these things because they're applicable whether you're just starting out, whether you're 3 or 4 years in business, whether you're 10 years in business. You get to be savvy with the knowledge and apply it. So, having a recession proof business isn't necessarily means that you're super successful right now, but it means that you're resourceful, right? You've got the information to hand to make sure that your business will survive in any climate. And it doesn't matter what type of business you have. When you're resourceful, you can absolutely make it a success in any climate. COVID showed us that, right? Because now even think about it in this country here in Ireland. If you listen to the media, right, and just the media, right, if you listen to what's in front of you, and if you make your decisions based on the emotional reactions you have to things, it's interesting what happens. COVID showed that people went in one of two ways. People either got very fearful of the virus and what the impact it was having on their lives, and the fact that there was no money coming in, there was going to be a recession, inflation of absolutely everything, and people went into real that scarcity mindset and pure like holding on to everything, and there was a lot of scaremongering. Then there's the other side that are like me, where it went, screw that. This is an opportunity for me to actually create something incredible because I've got time now, right? And built businesses, and businesses took off. How is it that two completely different things happen in a situation where it's the same, right? It's all to do with your perspective. What is your perspective? What is your perception on the situation? It's all got to do with how you manage your mind. Your outlook on things actually matters when it comes to being successful. If you're going to sit in scarcity and feeling afraid of things and worrying about what may or may not happen, what do? The steps that you take either don't happen, or they're like little teeny tiny pitter patters, where the people that are actually achieving exponential results are going, right, this is the direction I'm going in, no matter what. No matter what. They're very connected with their vision and what they're creating. Doesn't really matter what's going on around them. Now, if you are caught up with what is going on in the media right now, you get to stop and go, what's my intention with looking at what's going on in the media, right? Because I can only speak about here in this country right now. You get to have a look at it in whatever country you're in. But here right now, there's talk about obviously inflation, prices have gone up. Then we get into the cost of living. People can't afford things. And all that gets projected in the media is a group of people that can't afford things, right? Which that is their reality. There's no doubt about that. But then there's always a flip side. Everything has a yin and a yang. But if you are not savvy enough with your mindset to go, okay, there are always two sides of every spectrum, two sides of a perspective. The law of polarity shows that there's always opposites, right? So if you're not savvy yet with your mindset to know that there's always an opposite, you are going to get sucked in by that, and it's going to impact the decisions that you make. So when we're talking about making your business recession proof, you have got to be super intentional with what you're doing. I will look at the media, I will look at what's going on, and I'll listen for what the messaging is in that, right? Like, yes, there's no doubt that things have gone up in price, for sure. Sure, like we all see it, right? Whether you're filling your car up, whether you're buying stuff in like the grocery store, whether it's your bills that are coming in for your electricity or your gas or whatever it is, it's visible. You can't deny it. It's happening, right? But does that control your decisions? If the answer is yes, this is where you've got to wake up and work on your mindset around this. So what do I mean by that? There is shit happening in the world, yes. This is now where you as a business owner get to be resourceful. And I'm going to keep repeating these words because it is important. Where you get to have a look and go, okay, what is going on around me right now? And then how do I pitch that and create a situation for my clients, my customers, to alleviate that for them, right? Because everything is around managing your mind. Every single solitary thing is around your mindset, how you choose to look at something, how you choose to work towards something, how you choose to word something, whether you take action or whether you don't take action. And that all comes down to the thoughts that you allow to run your mind. So go back to the media piece, right? Yes, there is all of this going on at the moment, and that's all you hear. That is all you hear. The amount of radio stations I've turned off, because there's only so many times I can listen to the same thing. But if you look at what your neighbours are saying, if you look at what your friends are saying, if you look at posts that are coming up on social media and you really listen, you can identify the problems that are existing for people within your business, right? Within the niche in your industry. So if I take my industry right around business, the one thing that is coming up over and over again is I can't charge my high ticket prices. I have to reduce the pricing of what I have because people can't afford it. I have heard that consistently from people's mouths, both clients, prospect clients, and people that are in my own network consistently for the last, I'd say, 4 months. Yet, there are people continuously purchasing programs. There are coaching businesses that are continuously growing. Anytime I do a launch, I make multiple sales. So that doesn't make sense, right? Like, you can't say something and then have something that shows you the opposite. So this is where managing your mind comes into it and really understanding what is going on in the world. When there is a creation of scarcity going on, and the media are great at this, right? And I'm not bashing the media because they're necessary, because they actually help us as business owners understand what is going on, and then we get to pivot, right? So we already have information where we can pivot. We can pivot our messaging, we can pivot our products, our services, and what we're delivering to support people, right? It's not about manipulating the situation. It's about being able to read the situation, going, okay, what do people need right now? What is actually being said, and how can I help them? How can I help them? I'm doing this training today to help you because I can see it. It's so obvious that the scarcity is coming in and it's trickling into people and they can't see it yet. So I want you to be aware of this so that you can see it and that it doesn't have to run your life. So how do you set yourself up to be a thriving business, no matter what the climate? I'm going to give you some steps, so I want you to take these down and I want you to follow them. The first thing is, if you are winging it in business, that is going to be a massive slap in the face for you if anything goes wrong, because you don't have your plan. You need to know what your roadmap is. You need to know what your trajectory is. You need to know what your cash flow plan is. So if you do not have a plan for the next 12 months, 3 years, 5 years, get one. Get one. Because winging it means that you are going each day, each week, each month probably, to go, okay, this is what I feel like I'm going to do this month, for example. This is what I feel like I'm going to do this week. If it feels good, I'll do it. And a lot of new entrepreneurs start off by doing that. You cannot do that. You've got to know what your roadmap is. You've got to know what your roadmap is so that you know what you're focusing on and what you're creating each month. So that if something like what's happening at the moment in terms of inflation, if something like that happens, you know what phase of your business is in, and then you can pivot. You can go, okay, what do I see that's happening right now? What can I hear? Like, what can I continuously hear? What are people saying all the time? So, like, if you're a health coach, what are people talking about all the time? If you're in stress management, what are people talking about all the time? You know, right? You know because you hear it, because you talk about it. It'll be the one thing that people talk to you about all the time, like all of the time. It's even like property, right? If you're in property, so if you're in property, what are people saying right now in terms of prices? What are people saying? Is it the time to buy? Is it the time to sell? Is it the time to rent? What's happening with rental prices? Where are people living? Where do people want to live? Where are they focusing? If you're a career coach, what's the main focus for people right now? Are people leaving jobs? Are they not leaving jobs? What are their requirements when they're in jobs? All of this is stuff that you get to tune into, which helps your messaging, right? So that when you know what your roadmap is, you know what your plan is, and you can tune into what's going on and go, okay, what do people need from me right now? What do they truly need? Then you get to share from that point of view. We should remember, as business owners, we're always in a place of sharing, right? It is our obligation to give, right? To share, to set people up for success. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. That is our obligation as a business owner. We're not here to get. Yes, we will receive, but we're not here to get. So if your mindset is focused on, oh shit, I need to get clients in the door so that my business is going to be recession proof, you're going to struggle. You're going to really struggle, because all it is about you. Our businesses are not about us. Yes, they will give us freedom. Yes, they will give you, like financial freedom. They'll give you time freedom. They'll free up space for you to do things. But that's not why you set them up, right? You have a sort of value to give to people, so you want to be able to give it. So you got to set yourself up that way. So, number one, what is your roadmap? What is your roadmap for the next 12 months, 3 years, 5 years? And if you don't have that done, do it. Do it. Know what you're projecting to do, so that you can hold yourself to account to it. You know what season of your business you're in, so that you can make decisions based on the season of the business that you're in. Make decisions based on, yes, your season of business. I heard that in my head. I wasn't sure if it was right. Number two, what are the trends that are there at the moment? Inflation's the easiest one. Like, it's the easiest one. So if you think about your business, what do you have to offer people that will support them on that will truly support them? If you're holding onto something because you're afraid, how is that helping your clients or your customers? It's not. It's not. We as business owners have an obligation to be the source of inspiration, transformation, and completion for people, so that they know, they can see it. Like, we're the experts in what we do. Therefore, you've got to stand as the expert and be the person that shines the light of the way forward. You do that by sharing with people what they need. So, number one, your roadmap. You've got to have it for your 12 months, 3 years, 5 years. If you don't have it, do it now. The second one is what's going on in the world at the moment. What are the trends? And then the third one is, what do you have in your whole area of expertise that you can share with people to support them through it? That's all on you to be able to do that. Number four then is manage your mindset. What are the thoughts that you allow to run your mind? Because things are going to happen in the world. There's not things that you can do to avoid them. But I always use, I'm going to show you this. I use this all the time. I have used this for years. For years, right? Ever since I was in HR, I have used this. Now, forgive my drawings, but this is meant to be a circle. Right? If any of my clients are watching, you will know this because you will have seen it. You will have seen it because I'll have talked to you about it. You'll have seen it because it's in your training. You'll have seen it because it's in the program. But I want you to have a look at this, right? For you to maintain like a future focus and to look after your mindset and to know what your thoughts are, take a situation like what's happening in the moment. So we'll just put down here, right, for inflation, right? Because we know that that's everywhere, right? And the cost of living and all that, right? So this is what this represents. You think it'd be easier to write on the whiteboard. Okay, so most people sit here and say, I have no control over this. There's nothing that I can do. Like, you can be right or wrong about that. Yeah. We want to sit in one of two places. We either want to sit here in no control, or we want to sit over here in control. We flip-flop between the two, right? But most of the time we will go, oh, I have no control over that, there's nothing I can do, and we end up having this massive pity party. And like, if you have something that's going on in your life at the moment, or going on in your business, and you find that you're spending your time talking to anybody that will listen to you about that particular topic, but you're not moving forward with it, and you're not looking for solutions, or you feel that there is no solutions, you're sitting in no control. As a business owner, get your ass out of that no control, right? There's no such thing as no control. And the example that I always give, and again, if my clients are on here, they're probably going to laugh because they'll have heard this so many times, is the weather, right? Think of the weather, right? I'm looking outside right now. We don't have blue skies. We've got it's overcast. It's not cold, but that's what's going on, right? It could be lashing raining, right? So say if you wake up in the morning and it's absolutely bucketing down, like it's lashing raining, and you're like, crap, I have to walk to the bus stop, or maybe I wanted to put the washing out, or whatever it is that's going on. You can very easily go into, well, sure, I have no control over the weather, there's nothing I can do. It's not true. You can jump to here, right? This is where we all want to be sitting, is here. Here is an influence. So control, influence, no control. You don't want to be in control of things either. You want to be standing in your power, but you never want to be in control, right? Because control means that it's your way or no way, and that you're not open to possibilities or opportunities or anything like that. So we always want to be sitting here in influence. So take the weather, right? Can you do anything about the clouds in the sky and all that? Well, we probably could through, looking after the environment and all that. But in the short term, what can we do? We can influence how we receive and how we behave and how we act with the weather. What do I mean by that? We wake up in the morning and it's lashing rain, and we could have been prepared by that by having a look to see what the weather was the day before, right? Then what we can do is we can have a look and plan our day within the weather. We can also have a look and see what clothing we're going to wear, so that like we don't get wet, or our hair doesn't get ruined, or we've different shoes on. We can prepare ourselves. This is the exact same thing within your business. If you were sitting in here, right, and I'm going to say it directly, in your pity party of I have no control over this thing, you're setting yourself up for failure. Get your bum over to here, right, to influence. Also, if you're sitting in control, come out of it and come over to here to influence and go, okay, how can I influence this situation? How can I influence it? You can influence it by arming yourself with the knowledge of what's going on at the moment, prepping yourself and prepping your business, and making sure that you have continuous injections of cash flow. Invest before you need to. Before you need to, let me hear you say, you need to hear that. Before you need to, so that you're 2 or 3 or 4 steps ahead of the game. So I'm going to go back through all of this. What you need is, you need your roadmap. Your 12-month roadmap, your 3-year roadmap, your 5-year roadmap. You've got to have them put down. Second thing is, you've got to know what is happening in the world at the moment and not jump into the bucket with it. You're arming yourself with that knowledge to be resourceful, so that do you need to pivot? How do you word your messaging? What do you need to support your clients with, your prospective clients with right now, so that you can pivot? It's not your job to be in scarcity with them, or to be in that fear factor with them. It's your job to stand as the expert and go, okay, this is how you move past this. This is what you do to work through this. This is how you get this result. This is how you don't feel like this anymore. This is how you do this to do that. That's your job as a business owner. And you've got to speak boldly about it. You can't be shy about your delivery of it. You cannot be shy. Don't worry about offending people. Don't worry about that. Some people just like to be offended. That's not your problem, right? It's not your problem. For people that actually want help, it's your job to help them, to support them through it. If you're sitting in anything where you feel like you've got no control, flip it and go, okay, where can I influence this situation? How do I influence it? And then manage your thoughts, because your thoughts will impact the actions that you take. If you feel like people, like the example I gave, people won't buy from me, how do you think you're going to deliver your message? How do you think you're going to set yourself up for offers? Or maybe you won't even make offers. How do you think that people are going to buy from you if that's where you're at? So imagine if that's how you're doing things right now, when something actually kicks in, like a recession, what is it going to be like? It's going to be 10 times worse, right? It's going to be so much more difficult for you because you haven't put these pieces of the puzzle together now. Remember what I said? This is about building your momentum always. It's not about the quick fixes. Yes, within this, there might be things that you need to fix right now, for sure, because we all have those situations, right? Where like there's pieces of our puzzle that we just haven't stuck together yet. It's fine. You know, you course correct with them and you work through them and you put the piece of the jigsaw puzzle back together. But in there, what's your long-term game? Is your long-term game to have a sustainable business? If yes, put these things in place and start working on your mindset now to hold it. Because there's going to be people around you that are telling you you're crazy, that it's not the time to focus on it, that you shouldn't be doing this, that you shouldn't be doing that. So what? To be successful in business, you are the one that has to stand in your power and influence the pathway in front of you, not the other people. Not the other people. It's your job to do this. So they're my keys for getting yourself set up for success and creating a recession-proof business. Go forth and do them. Don't wait. Oh my goodness, please don't wait. The worst thing that you can do is wait. No more waiting until you're ready. No more waiting until you're comfortable. No more waiting until I've got X, Y, and Z in place. Do it now, right now, so that when something like this happens, you're in the game and you're ready to go. You've already started to pivot. You're ahead of everybody else. So I will see you for next week's training. Share below what you're going to implement. I want to know. I want to know exactly what you're going to implement from this. I'll see you all next week.